Have you ever suffered because of something that never actually happened? Imagine this. You send someone an important message. They read it, no response. 10 minutes pass, then an hour, and suddenly your mind becomes a professional storyteller. They are ignoring me. I probably said something wrong. They don't respect me. Maybe I ruined the relationship. Look how your mind tricks you. Notice what just happened here. The only fact was they have not replied yet. Everything else was a story that your mind created. And sometimes the story we create hurts us more than the event itself. Welcome to day 5 of Becoming Extraordinary in 60 Days. I'm Nimesh Quinkel, author of Become Extraordinary in 60 Days, a practical daily playbook designed to strengthen your mindset, career, habits, and personal growth. I lead CloudPro AI, an AI and technology consulting company, along with DataToInsights.ai, an agentic AI data infrastructure platform helping businesses turn fragmented data into actionable insights. Yesterday, we talked about identifying our emotional triggers. Today, we are going one level deeper. Because a trigger happens and almost immediately your mind gives that trigger a meaning. Today, we are learning to separate what actually happened from what we decided it meant. The story your mind tells. Here's another example. You gave a presentation at work. Your manager listens quietly. At the end, she says, "Okay, send me the numbers later." That's what happened. But on your drive home, your mind starts working overtime. Your mind begins to think, she hated the presentation, or I'm embarrassed myself. She probably thinks I'm not ready for this position. I knew I wasn't good enough. One sentence from your manager has now become an entire movie about your career. But stop there. What are the facts? You gave a presentation, that's the fact. Your manager listened, that's the fact. She asked you to send the numbers, that's it. Maybe she disliked it, maybe she loved it, maybe she was distracted, maybe she had another meaning. You don't know that yet. And those just 4 words can protect you from a lot of unnecessary suffering. I don't know yet. Not everything needs an immediate explanation. When you think about that, you save a lot of suffering from your mind. Why our brains do this? Human beings are meaning-making creatures. We don't like empty spaces. When information is missing, the brain tries to complete the picture. And here's where it becomes dangerous. Your brain often fills the missing information with your existing fears. If you fear rejection, silence starts looking like rejection. If you fear failure, one mistake starts looking like evidence that you are failing. If you fear being judged, someone's facial expression suddenly becomes a verdict about you. So the story often tells you as much about your fear as it does about reality. A short email becomes disrespect, a quiet room becomes rejection, a delayed opportunity becomes failure, one bad day becomes my whole life is falling apart. That's the problem we are interrupting today. Let's separate fact versus story. Here's one question I want you to start using. Is that a fact or is that my story? My client declined the proposal. Fact. My client thinks I'm incompetent. Story. My friend didn't invite me. Fact. My friend doesn't care about me anymore. Story. My video received fewer views than yesterday. Fact. Nobody cares about what I have to say. Story. I made a mistake. Fact. I am a failure. Story. Do you see the difference? A fact describes an event. A story gives the event an identity, intention, prediction, or meaning. And once we confuse those two, we start reacting to assumptions as if they were reality. Don't replace a negative story with a fake positive one. Now, here's something important. The goal is not positive thinking.
If someone doesn't reply, you don't need to tell yourself, they're probably preparing a surprise party for me. That is another story. We're not replacing pessimism with fantasy. We're replacing certainty with curiosity. Instead of, they rejected me because I'm not good enough. Try, they rejected the proposal. I don't know exactly why yet. I can ask. That is powerful because emotionally mature people can stay inside uncertainty without immediately inventing an answer.
Sometimes the strongest sentences you can say is, I don't have enough information yet. That is not weakness, that's clarity. Why this matters for success. This skill becomes even more important as your responsibilities grow. Imagine a company has declining sales. An emotional leader says, the sales team is not working hard enough. A strategic leader says, sales are down 12%. Let's understand why. Maybe pricing changed. Maybe inventory was unavailable. Maybe customers changed behavior. Maybe marketing declined. Maybe competitors entered the market. Same problem, completely different thinking. One reacts to a story, the other investigates reality. The same principle applies to your career, your business, your confidence. Strong decision makers separate data from narrative. They can have intuition, but they test it. They can have concerns, but they investigate them. They don't let the first explanation become the final truth. The 2-column reality check that you need to do. Today, I want you to try something simple. Take a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle. On the left, write facts. On the right, write stories. Now choose one situation that has been consuming your mental energy. Maybe someone has not replied, or maybe you didn't get an opportunity, or maybe you are worried about your career. Maybe something happened in your relationship. On the left side, write only what a camera could have recorded. No assumptions, no motives, no prediction, just the facts. Then on the right side, write everything your mind has added. Then ask yourself, what evidence do I actually have? And then write 3 other explanations that could also be true. You don't have to believe them. You simply have to admit they are possible. Finally, ask, what action could help me gather information instead of defending my assumption? Maybe you ask a simple question. Maybe you request feedback, or maybe you wait. Maybe you can have the conversation you have been avoiding. That's how clarity turns into action. 6 minutes of clear seeing.
For today's practice, sit quietly for 6 minutes. Bring one unresolved situation to mind. Don't try to solve it. Just observe your thinking. Every time you remember something directly observable, silently say, fact. Every time your mind adds a conclusion, prediction, motive, or assumption, say, story.
You may be surprised by how often your mind crosses the line without telling you. Finish your practice with this sentence. I can remain open until the evidence becomes clear. And tonight, before going to bed, ask yourself, which story felt most convincing today? What facts actually supported it? What fear might have created the rest? And what information could I gather before reacting?
Remember the unanswered message from the beginning? Maybe they were ignoring you. Maybe they were busy. Maybe they didn't know what to say. The point isn't that your story was wrong. The point is, you didn't know yet. And extraordinary people develop the discipline to live inside that gap. The gap between what happened and what they think it means.
So today's extraordinary commitment is, I distinguish what happened from what I assumed. I remain honest about uncertainty, and I seek evidence before allowing a story to direct my behavior. Before you sleep, remember this: your mind is a powerful storyteller, but not every story deserves to become your truth. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.